look fucking creepy. I'm not Scarface, I swear. I swear, I'm not Scarface. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Old world mentality, Anunnaki, apparently. So I'm assuming some of these people I've come in contact with literally are like more Anunnaki than me. Was that wanting servant, slave, personal servants and slaves and shit? You're like, wait, colonialism, and then you're like, whoa, no, you gotta go like way, way back in time in the beginning of creation, even. Uh, the rebel in me is like, no, fuck that. Uh, yeah, I know. Wait for it, 111. Yeah, I know. Narcissists are weird. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah, I know you could tell when like they be filming themselves or taking pictures like they're so like high off themselves. Yeah, they have that look in their eyes. They're like, yeah, like they're fucking glazed over. Like I'm so fucking high on myself. I don't know what to make of it, what to think. I'm like, is this like, is this like attractive or it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. You could even say it's a state of being in and of itself. Freaking narcissists with freaking eyeballs half glazed over and shit, but they're just high off themselves. Yeah, and like the all the attention they get from people and shit. It is what it is. You could say it's even a phenomena. Yeah, I know. Like the truth comes out. The truth basically comes out, or you really get to know someone basically practically when it's like too late. Tell me about them apples. Yeah, I know. Shit be whatever it be, but you know what? Like, what can you do? Like, if you're like already in whatever situation or whatever, you're forced to work with things anyway. Yeah, I know. It's like you're always learning anyway, and it's like okay or some shit like that. Yeah, you make it's like you're just making best of like situations. Besides, like the manifesting, like does not make the 3D it's like the 3D up against like the 5D. Yeah, and like I don't know. Yeah, I know it's all about your what is it, state of mind and like learning not to let I guess like shit get to you, but yet it's like how can it not when you find out that you find out the truth of things? Not only that, you find out more from like outside sources. 333 on the clock. Like, of course it's gonna bother you and like bring you down to earth and shit. Yeah, I know. It's like, no, it does not make you a bad person. It just makes you, it's in a sense, really, it actually makes you more human than other people. That's having nothing to do with narcissism either, or ego stroking, or adorning the ego. Preach! 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 Don't ask why. I think it has to do with the Mayan boy. Yeah, or like Amazonian or like Aborigine. I know, or like Redskins and shit. He comes out. There's times where I sound more Mexican than my brother, and I am not fucking ashamed of it in the least. Yeah, you're just like, you just feel like this one solid, like, entity and shit. But yeah, no, I have like 3 shirts on right now. And I just left them on. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, I don't care. Yeah, I know. A bandana. We went to a store. Yeah, I know. And like, they had this dress. Yeah, and it had like the paisley, like, stuff. Yeah. It's pretty much like American. And I'm looking at the stuff, and like, of course, someone comments, like, oh, this is not like, it's not his exact words, but like, oh, this is not American, whatever, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, like as if like the prints I'm looking at are like so like exotic and all the shit when they're like so very like American Southwest. I'm telling you, people are fucking weird, and just being around certain kinds of people, yeah, throws you in this fucking perpetual twilight zone and shit. So yeah. You're like, oh my god, I'm so fucking over it. It's not even funny anymore. Yeah, I know. They don't want you to know, like, you're an influencer. People been on my keister for a while, riding right up on my ass and shit. And then some is still doing it right now as we speak. They ain't talking about physically. They be knowing the fucking energetic energy or shit and whatever. I know. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sad when you have freaking tarot readers and certain ones, and this knucklehead will know who he is. Yeah, I know. And he be all like, kind of like trying to like hush a baby. Like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, at least someone's like, or certain people's or whatever, you know. Yeah, I know. They be like, really like tending to you and shit. Like, hey, yo, it's okay or whatever, even like from afar. Yeah, it's like, I wanted to post a vid, but I couldn't even right away. No, because it was like, it like touched me or whatever. Yeah, I know. I was like, shit, why make me cry? I was like, wow, you know? Yeah, I know. Like, the people being attentive and shit. I know. There's people that have been more attentive to even, like, people in my immediate surroundings and shit. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna be like, all like, oh, make sure my prissy ass behind stays, like, all freaking capiche caprende looking and shit, like, all solid and in whatever mucho gusto and shit, whatever. I'm like, I know. Yeah, it's like, like what is it? Not a saint or, yeah, I know, like not perfect word. Yeah, I know I'm weird. I got like really different sides to me and like different alters or some shit. That's that split personality. That shit people already know. Yeah, I know. Self-explanatory at this point. Oh yeah, I've had periods of disassociation and they were the creepiest experiences I've ever had. It's like you're there and not there. Yeah, and like you have to like I remember I was driving really weird throughout Arizona through the mountains. Yeah, I know that's when it would happen. The disassociation episode. Oh my god. It took every and people trying to manipulate your energy during that time too, so they be pulling on your energy. And here's me just freaking driving all over the place, and I one time I had like the was it Sedona. I went up there, Nissan Pathfinder. Yeah, and like the ended up the steering column or something wasn't the greatest or whatever. Yeah, I think it was like a 96 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know. There's something weird because it's like the Lemurian childlike short-term memory thing. I know the Cyclops, the redheaded. Yeah, I had the psychic vision a while ago, but like big third eye. But like, it's something about the Lemurian thing being like childlike, and they want you short attention span, and then they want you to like use your intuition more than and rely less on your memory. That was the way I overheard. So I'm like, this is interesting because then I started doing the organic coconut oil, just like regular, yeah, and I took it, and that's when my memory was returning back to me when I first actually like witnessed it firsthand. Like I noticed it right away after I did that, and like I don't know, I think now it has more to do with maybe like cognitive retention or something. Yeah, so I'm assuming I just need to work on that. What's that white matter, gray matter thing or something? Yeah, I know, cause I am like getting better with what's that autism stuff or ADD or whatever. Yeah, like I know it has to do with something with Lyme disease, fluoride, chitosan, getting rid of neurotoxins. I know the minerals help. Apparently, minerals help your body remove toxins. I didn't know. I don't know who needs to know that. And B vitamins with the autism. Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's plenty of people by now that know this shit already, but I'm not a medical doctor. I know. People were like, this is how narcissists be. They be so set on one upping you. And all this shit is so fucking annoying. I know. and then come to realize later, like, you were leveling with them at the get-go, but they're not gonna tell you that because they're so embarrassed by themselves and shit. I know. I got a green tea mask on right now as a vitamin E. Because I already did like amino water with like Celtic salt and like blueberry juice and was that Propel thing in there and amino what aminos? I think I said that already. Amino powder. Yeah, I had gotten an amino mask, but I'm like, no sense of putting double aminos or something. I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes people need it. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like wiggling my arms. Energize. Yeah, I know they'd be weird. Yeah, I know. You realize how different people are, but there is something to say, I guess, with Aries and people leaving Aries behind because my brother's been opening up more with me recently than he ever has in his entire life. Yeah. And myself too, like needing to speak your truths and make your peace to God and repent and yeah, I know I still gotta do more or whatever. But anyway, some people don't realize maybe past videos I did a while ago that are no longer up too. So, you know, people may not be paying as close attention to you or whatever. But yeah, I know you get tired of repeating yourself. You're like, man, I don't owe people shit. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things you like. You either pay attention or you don't, kind of thing, and call it a day, leave it alone or some shit. Yeah, I know, but there is something we said I overheard that people leave like areas behind or something. You know, place yourself where you go or whatever, but like speaking from my the life I've lived and like my brother. Yeah, and that I'm noticing there's a pattern. Yeah, the reoccurring theme. Yeah, with like what is it, high school friends, shit like that. Yeah. So I guess my brother introduced someone to another friend, and they end up getting real close, and then they end up not talking to him anymore or some shit. Yeah, the same shit happened to me, and we're both Aries. Yeah, like I had a gay friend in high school or whatever, and he ended up getting close to this girl. Yeah, and then like yeah, it's like shit like that. Yeah, it's not us playing victim either. Yeah, I know. It's like all you gotta do is like speak your truth. And then yeah, I was real close with like this with a Capricorn lady who's in her 70s. Yeah, like she was like Czechoslovakian and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, she was the only person to this day that even to this day that I was able to truly like have deep conversations. I think the only other person was like a Pisces like mulatto chica that like came close, me a little close, but yeah, nowhere near still. So there's something to be said about Aries and Capricorn being there's something with hardworking. Capricorn's even more hardworking than me though. Yeah, but when it comes to stuff for Aries, when it comes to stuff, Aries has to be very interested in something and driven. If they are, then it's a different story. But if they're not, like yeah, they they like half-ass shit. I know. Um, yeah, something with Cancer too. Yeah, because there's an older Cancer guy. I want to say he's Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the biker guy friend. Him and I were like this, like two big kids. Yeah, I got stories. Yeah, like with the outlaws and shit. I don't like to say names for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know for like protect them or myself or whatever, but yeah. It's like I knew of gangs and would be around like gang members. Yeah, but I didn't like talk to them myself. It was like and I wasn't directly affiliated. I just like was around them. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like some of these con artists um they weren't even I guess I don't want to well, I'm trying to think of the word. Um you could tell the con artists more apart from the ones that aren't or like the men that command respect like automatically, it's just natural. They're night and day. Yeah. Yeah, I know, versus like the con artist type dudes or like the very narcissistic dudes. Yeah, like they're different. But I've have had experience with very like men that already naturally command respect. Yes, they're not the same. Yeah, I know the and this older gentleman I know, cuz we were like this like intuitively. It was like that. Yeah. We it's like we could read each other's minds and we knew how to bounce energy off of each other. Now, the other guys I've met, and it's like we would still, I guess, like compliment each other, but it wasn't as, I guess, like natural. Yeah, or something. It wasn't as with so much ease. Something with them being very jealous, like the younger men. I don't know. They're just very always for me. They've been very jealous of me. Yeah, yeah, and it gets in the way, or they're just like wanting to like compete with me, shit like that. Yeah, I know. So, I don't know. To whomever this concerns, I guess. I don't know why I'm rambling, but maybe stuff needs to be said or something. But yeah, I know. I know, like, the people I've chosen to, like, keep myself around, in a sense, yes, they've, held me back. Yeah. So, in whatever ways, yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I heard Aries is the most hated or something, or disliked or something. I didn't know that one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what was that? I remember with one guy was with fire sign. Yeah. Was it we equally brought out each other's bad sides in different ways? Yes. But no. It's interesting. Word.